Today on Rappler, the Commission on Elections accredits a Moro watchdog to watch the 2013 ARMM elections. Activists accuse President Aquino of using government funds to campaign for the administration ticket. And the National Demographic Front says rebel attacks in Bukidnon are a warning to plantations. Hello, I'm Ayalo, sitting in for Maria Reza. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. The Commission on Election accredits a Moro watchdog as a citizen arm for the 2013 elections in the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao. CCARE, or the Citizens Coalition for ARMM Electoral Reforms, was already accredited in previous elections. This was the first time the country holds ARMM elections alongside national and local polls. Poll watchdogs closely watch ARMM as a place where rampant cheating happens. Earlier, the COMELEC already accredited 3 citizens' arms: the Parish Pastoral Council for Responsible Voting, the National Citizens Movement for Free Elections, and One Vote. Activists filed an appeal before the Commission on Elections Wednesday to investigate President Benigno Aquino. The group says Aquino used government funds to campaign for the administration ticket. In a letter, the COMELEC chair, Sixto Brillantes, the group slammed Aquino for, quote, allegedly distributing PhilHealth cards and rice to residents in Bohol last February 14, the same day opposition group United Nationalist Alliance held its Bohol sortie. The groups say the distribution should have been done before the election period by public health officials, not the president and his allies. In a statement last Thursday, PhilHealth says the allegation is grossly inaccurate and that the cards were local government-initiated health cards. Presidential spokesman Edwin Lacerda says the cards were given to beneficiaries of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front as a gesture of goodwill. The Omnibus Election Code prohibits the use of public funds for an election campaign. For our social media post of the day, Mrs. ERP leaves this comment on Rappler.com using her Discus account. I'm not in favor of Team Pinoy giving out perks to win votes. Even if I want LP to win the elections, I still want to play fair. Former Senator Jun Magsaysay is confident fellow Team Pinoy senatorial bet Jambi Madrigal will not be disqualified for supposed illegal campaigning when she offered iPads as prizes on social media. Magsaysay says the controversy it generated is, quote, a good thing because it allows COMELEC to define what is allowed and not allowed during the campaign. He says, quote, I'm sure she will apologize. It's incidental that it's Jambi. In a statement Tuesday, Madrigal apologizes to the poll body. She says her social media pages are run by youth volunteers who saw nothing wrong with the post. COMELEC vows to regulate campaigning on both broadcast media and the internet. Former Akbayan representative Riza Hontiveros calls on the COMELEC to review its rules on online campaigning. She says, quote, the earlier intent of COMELEC to regulate campaigning on the internet needs wider consultation and consensus building among netizens. United Nationalist Alliance leaders were once the most vocal critics of former President Gloria Arroyo, but in her turf, UNA's senatorial bets are silent on her alleged sins and slams the administration's tack of criticizing Arroyo. Ai Macareg files this video blog.
Welcome to the so-called Arroyo country. The coalition President Aquino brands as the allies of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo campaigns here in Pampanga, the province of the president-turned-detained congresswoman. The opposition United Nationalist Alliance visits Angeles City, Mabalacat, Magalang, and the capital, San Fernando. Una senatorial bets tell Arroyo's Cabalens there's no point criticizing the former president and focusing on the past. Their message is national unity and addressing gut issues. It's a swipe at the ruling Liberal Party and its penchant of bashing Arroyo. Arroyo is seeking re-election in the 2nd District. Pampanga has over 1.2 million voters.
Nagkaroon na tayo ng 2 presidente ng Pampanga, di ba? At ang masasabi ko sa inyo, kahit anong paninira, hindi dapat sinisiraan ang mga Pangulo pag tapos na. Dapat ang Pangulo, pag nanalo na, sama-sama tayong lahat. Mayaman o mahirap, kalaban o hindi, isa lang ang Pangulo natin, kasama tayong lahat. Tama po ba yun?
Kung may problema dito sa Arroyo Country na sinasabi na Pampanga, palagay ko liberal kasi tuwing bumababa ang survey o trust rating ng Pangulo, ay ginagawa nilang pansibag si GMA.
But is this really Arroyo country? Even Una is divided. Resigned Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri says there's a sympathy vote for the former president. Some voters we talked to also say Arroyo remains a factor after all the services she provided the province. But Nancy Binay points out both President Aquino and Mar Rojas of the LP won here in 2010. Whatever the case is, Una is bent on courting the Pampanga vote not just by campaigning, but possibly clinching an alliance with Governor Lilia Pineda and her local Campilan party. So is this an opposition bailiwick? It's something Una has to work on, and only voters can decide. Ay Makariig, Rappler, Pampanga.
Team Pinoy continues its campaign rallies in vote-rich Cebu province. Today, they make a stop at Liloan town, an area that supported suspended Governor Gwendolyn Garcia in the 2010 elections. Carmela Fombuena reports.
In its opening salvo in Cebu, Team Pinoy jumps from one small gym to another.
There's a distinction. Yung rally ng una was the proclamation rally. That was the start of the campaign period for the senators. Kahapon was just part of the regular sorties ng Team Pinoy candidates.
In spite of these small rallies, the Liberal Party is confident it will win the Cebu province.
This is Liloan town of the 5th district of vote-rich Cebu province, the district that junked in 2010 defeated Liberal Party gubernatorial candidate Junjun Davide. This district gave suspended Governor Gwendolyn Garcia all of about 80,000 of her total 96,341 lead in the final tally. 3 years later, Junjun Davide returns to the gubernatorial race, confident that the story will be different. The Durano clan that controls the 5th district and delivered votes for Garcia are now his allies.
You're in office not for yourself but for your constituents, right? So it's a big advantage if you're with the administration because they're the ones in power who can give these benefits to your constituents. I'm not a fortune teller, no, but the 5th district is supporting Junjun Davide, so I believe that he has a good chance of being the next governor of Cebu.
Team Pinoy's opening salvo here in Cebu may be underwhelming, but they vowed to come back and hopefully with a bigger crowd. This is Carmela Fonbuena, Rappler, Cebu.
A spokesman for the National Democratic Front says the raids launched by New People's Army guerrillas in Bukidnon Tuesday evening are punitive actions against plantations. The rebels say these plantations destroyed agricultural lands. NDF Mindanao spokesman George Madlos says the attacks are prompted by the demands of farmers whose ancestral lands were, quote, seized and despoiled by multinational corporations. In coordinated attacks, rebels stormed the offices of Del Monte and Dole Philippines, killing one security guard and injuring 2 others. The FMIC and UANP Capital Markets Research Center calls on the government to watch out for the strong impact of a strong peso. In a report released Wednesday, the center says the appreciation of the peso is a threat to attaining long-term economic growth for the Philippines. It adds, the strong peso poses a serious threat to exports, overseas Filipino worker remittances, and the business process outsourcing industry. The 3 sectors collectively comprise 80% of the Philippine economy. In January, the central bank says it will consider dollar borrowing to tame the peso's appreciation. The report by US security firm Mandiant on a possible China-based hacking operation shows the Philippines may also be at risk. Mandiant also has a YouTube video showing one of the hacking profiles called DOTA logging into the user's email account. A voiceover explains the hacker's entry into the account.
Here we see Dota logging into one of his operational email accounts. The inbox shows confirmation emails for additional accounts that Dota created, as well as bounces and non-delivery receipts for spear phishing messages, most of which seem to be focused on military exercises in the Philippines.
The Chinese government dismisses the hacking allegations as groundless. Last year, various Philippine government websites fell victim to various hacking attacks, supposedly by cybercrime law protesters. Let's now look at Rappler's Rap for Today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 2, South African Olympic hero Oscar Pistorius returns to court Wednesday after facing a tough fight to win bail. Prosecutors flesh out charges Pistorius deliberately gunned down his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day. During a hearing, Pistorius tearfully denies the premeditated murder, telling a court he shot Steenkamp through a locked bathroom door, believing she was an intruder. At number 4, Thieves in Belgium pull off a diamond heist at the Brussels International Airport, stealing approximately $50 million worth of precious stones. Prosecutors call it the biggest diamond theft in the recent years. Armed men broke through a hole in the airport security gate and took the cargo from the airport personnel at gunpoint. The ease at which the heist took place raised questions about security measures at Brussels Airport. At number 7, scientists discover a massive 200-kilometer impact zone in the Australian outback they believe was caused by an asteroid that smashed into Earth more than 300 million years ago. A visiting fellow at Australian National University says the asteroid measures 10 to 20 kilometers in diameter. It was a giant compared to the plunging meteor which exploded above Russia a week ago. Its size, he says, quote, makes it about the 3rd biggest anywhere in the world. And at number 9, HTC unveils a new flagship smartphone Thursday, dubbed the HTC One. The Android phone sports a 4.7-inch full HD screen. It runs on a Qualcomm Snapdragon quad-core processor and 2 gigabytes of RAM. One of the phone's key features is its ultra-pixel camera, which uses advanced imaging technology to deliver better quality pictures. HTC has yet to announce a price. No Philippine carrier has been designated for the smartphone's March launch. For the full top 10, visit Rappler's The Wrap. Every story in Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click on how you feel, and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page, which crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that got the most click. So let's have a look at our mood of the day. On one of our headlining stories, Rebels Justify Negros Occidental Ambush, surprisingly got 86% happy and 11% angry. And then on the most voted story, China rejects PH arbitration move, 18% are annoyed and 76% are angry, all contributing to the mood of the day. So today, most people are angry. That's Rappler's Newscast for today, Wednesday, February 20th, 2013. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscasts Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Ilo, and as we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.